Yes. Um, if you or anyone familiar with the term like speed to lead, what that usually is referring to is there's sort of a science between the time someone opts into your ad and when you reach them. Usually it's like within the first 5 minutes being the most crucial. And that's just because you have their attention and you have their moment, and it can be fleeting. So if you don't catch them in that moment, it might not allow you to get in touch, and therefore your return on investment can suffer. So the more people we can actually reach who are opting in and raising their hand, the better. But the problem that we run into is sometimes leads will come in at like 2 a.m. or at midnight, and you might not be working during that time. So you're missing that 5-minute attention window when we really could be bringing people in.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Erika, and today I'm joined by someone that I've been looking forward to chat with, Haley Dreis. She's been making serious moves with her company, Be Home Marketing. Haley, I'm glad to have you on the show today.
Yeah, thanks, Erica. Excited to talk to you about all things real estate investing and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I think our listeners are going to get a lot of useful information about how you help people in the real estate world. So let's get started. For our listeners, who aren't familiar with your world, can you give us the rundown? What inspired you to form Be Home Marketing?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, everyone, or thanks, Erica, and hi, everyone. I am originally, I have a background in digital marketing, and I started out my career working in tech for companies like Apple and Tinder, and I decided to start helping business owners and individuals directly. So I landed in real estate, lead generation for real estate, and have worked with a lot of different professionals like brokers, lenders, capital partners. And I landed on real estate wholesalers and investors who really needed to generate a lot of sellers, like motivated sellers. And I came across someone, my first client, who I just noticed was getting really great returns from the work we were doing. 5, 10, 20, even like $50,000 assignments. And I thought, wow, this is a really great win-win for both of us. And I developed a system through this process, spending now hundreds of thousands in ad spend, over 2 million collected for my real estate investors. And I think I've really come up with a really powerful system that saves investors, especially wholesalers, time, energy, and allows them to scale their business.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Can you walk through a little bit of that process more and how you help investors?
Sure. Yeah. So when I'm talking to a lot of investors day to day, a lot of them share with me that they are cold calling or doing a lot of like what we call outbound marketing. So whether that's sending texts, driving for dollars, and they're just trying to find properties. But the problem with that over time, and it could be a great way to get started, but over time, you find that you have to speak to a lot more people in order to do a deal than you would if they were just to come to you and raise their hand and ask for an offer. So what I do is I set up what we call like an inbound system where we're attracting motivated sellers to you and to your business. And then most companies will usually stop there. They'll usually bring motivated sellers in, and then you don't know what to do with all your leads, or they're not very high quality. So then we solve the problem of pre-qualifying them in an automated way. So it's all custom to whatever the business owner needs, and we're really pre-qualifying based on timeline, motivation, maybe even the property types that you want, uh, making sure we're in areas where you're able to dispose the properties. And so all of that is set up in this. But then we're also using AI to then at any time of day when your lead comes in, conversationally book the call. And it's like a way that I've developed a booker that speaks to motivated sellers. So in all, you're generating the leads, making sure that they're ones you actually want to speak to, and then they're getting on your calendar so you can actually do more deals. But that's essentially how I have it set up and what I recommend to investors looking to scale.
That's exciting. Do you have, any stories or results that have come out of this process?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I typically find with this system is when my clients are able to make an investment in ad spend. That's typically when we're able to get started anywhere from $50 to $100 a day. And with that, we're able to generate usually 1 to 3 deals a month consistently and predictably. And they're also speaking with fewer sellers. So instead of maybe 50 or even 100 sellers that you might have to cold call or speak to, my clients are closing one in every 10, some even less than that, some like one in every 6 sellers. And so they're consistently able to reach the people that they're looking for. But one person that stands out to me is actually one of my first clients. His name, he was in Phoenix, a really competitive market. And he was just, struggling with cold calling. And just tons of people are calling these homeowners in his area where he lives. If anyone listening is familiar with Phoenix, you totally know what I'm talking about. And it was like December, and it was just like really challenging for him to be able to generate enough consistency and leads, and he just needed to get it going. So we launched our campaign. And what's cool is that within the first week, he actually generated his first lead that ended up being an $18,000 deal. So it more than paid for the marketing, but it also gave him and he has an acquisitions team. It gave his team the ability to like speak with people, do the deals, and he already cut his teeth, I guess you could say, on like cheap leads or like ways to, cold call. And so having that consistency for someone like him was a game changer.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
After 3 months, he generated a 4 times return on his investment, which means every dollar he was putting in, he was getting $4 back. And then there was, because the system, operates like all these ad platforms operate off algorithms, they start to learn over time. So when you start to tell Facebook or Google, like, hey, this is the lead that I want, it starts to find more of them. And after the 8th month of working together, we launched a campaign that generated 400,000 in contracts, and he closed 120,000 in 2 weeks from that. Compared to the ad spend that he was putting in, it was just a crazy return. And now I'm working with lots of investors who are closing contracts, like my investor in Michigan who closed a $40,000 assignment in the first 3 days of us working together. And then in the first month of working with an investor in Colorado, he obtained a $57,000 assignment, which was a really big one from him. And yeah, after a little over 30 days, he was wired the funds. And once again, like more than pays for it, but also provided all of them consistently. And like my investor in Colorado works a 9 to 5. He works in aerospace. But this is something he does as the side, and to know that he could bring in that type of, return to him on his time off was because of all these automations and things that we did to help him with that.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, that's really cool. Haley, one of the things that you had mentioned to me earlier was how important that messaging is when you're
Yeah.
creating this. Could you share a little bit more about how that works? Maybe there's some tips or takeaways you can share with people about, helping them understand what kind of message they need to craft or what direction they might need to go in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really valuable to have the right marketing message because it's the first thing that people see. And it could be, the marketing message might mean like the first thing that you're saying on a phone call. The marketing message might be the words that go out on your advertisement online, and it could be the headline of a billboard. So, in any context, the marketing message can be super important. But what I find is it's one of those like one liners or like the one thing that you would say that's going to attract the person to you. You're essentially calling out exactly who you want to come to you. But what I find is that most investors or other marketing professionals who work for investors make the mistake of calling out those who want a cash offer. And it feels like the most intuitive thing to do, like the obvious thing, like, oh, yeah, like I am literally helping people get a cash offer. Therefore, I should advertise. I can help you get a cash offer. But the problem that I find a lot of people run into is that they're attracting people who want cash for their home. And so it's by nature, they're getting people who want to like maybe are just curious about how much they'll get for their home. They're kind of like quote unquote tire kickers, I guess you could say. A lot of people will say that. And so they're not truly motivated. But people who are motivated are actually going a little bit deeper than that. People who want speed and convenience. And in order to attract those types of people, we have to change our marketing message. So I recommend changing that to selling within a short period of time, selling your speed and convenience. Because if we don't do that, we're going to attract the wrong types of people. And I do think that's the number one reason that most people who start paid advertising fail.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. When it comes to our listeners who are in the real estate world, in your experience with working with them, what would you say are some of the common misconceptions that you see that people have about marketing?
Yeah. The first thing that comes to mind talking with investors and really any business owner is that they see their marketing as a cost instead of an investment. Often, especially when we're doing digital marketing, one of the benefits of spending your money with any of these platforms like Facebook or Google or anything like that is you actually, when you're paying money, you're kind of doing two things. You're building your audience of eyeballs, which is like reaching new people all the time. And you're also building like this audience that you can then what we call retarget. So what happens is a lot of people will, start advertising and they'll be like, why am I not getting a result right away? Like they think it's kind of like an ATM. And the thing that they're not seeing is the long term. And so every dollar that you're putting in, you can actually take that audience of eyeballs and bring them a marketing message again and again and again. And by marketing psychology, we really need to see something 7 times before we actually convert into something. And so I think that's a big misconception that it's like a cost to do marketing when you're getting absolute guaranteed eyeballs on something.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that you said there that I really connected with because real estate, the industry is so focused, or one of the most important things in real estate is building those relationships. So it's not a transaction of here, I do this, you get that. And and that's how people view marketing.
I love that you said that because I think there's a way to set up marketing where instead of trying to create this like artificial way of doing a transaction, what we really should be mimicking is how we work with people in real life and bringing that into a digital way of doing things. Because, yeah, to your point, it's if you're building a relationship, it's not human to say, hey, let me shake your hand and let's do a deal. Like that doesn't translate and that doesn't work. But like having a conversation, understanding their problem, gently bringing them in is going to just result in more success and also like long term, because if someone really trusts you, likes you, they'll refer you to others.
Absolutely. Well, Haley, what you've built so far, it has been really exciting. What do you see next on the horizon? What kind of vision do you have for Be Home Marketing?
Yeah, I really am looking to always stay ahead of the curve because I think that what I have built is set up on that foundation that we're always having marketing messages that are different from others and testing and reiterating and ensuring everything is as high quality as possible so that my clients are getting the results they're looking for. But I know that AI is the hot topic and it's something that everyone is looking to dive into. So I'm really excited about the future of voice AI and using it in a way that, to your point, is going to help us build relationships, not hurt them. Because I think a lot of people are probably going to misuse AI. But the way that I'm currently using it is to help save time with booking appointments. And it's been really, really, really effective. Before using AI in inbound marketing, we might get a 25 to 30% conversion, meaning like people who opt in to your ad, you might get on the phone with like 25% of them. But with AI leveraged on the back end, we can now reach 60 to 80% of them on the phone, which means more deals and more things that we can do. And if someone's coming in at 2 a.m, that can be just assisting us in leveraging it. So I'm excited about AI and the real practical ways that we can use it to build relationships.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So with the AI in this instant, is it because the whenever someone calls, AI will answer? Is that the idea that you're not missing a lead right when they're the most interested in it?
Exactly. Yes. Um, if you or anyone familiar with the term like speed to lead, what that usually is referring to is there's sort of a science between the time someone opts into your ad and when you reach them. Usually it's like within the first 5 minutes being the most crucial. And that's just because you have their attention and you have their moment and it can be fleeting. So if you don't catch them in that moment, it might not allow you to get in touch. And therefore, your return on investment can suffer. So the more people we can actually reach who are opting in and raising their hand, the better. But the problem that we run into is sometimes leads will come in at like 2 a.m or at midnight and you might not be working during that time. So you're missing that 5-minute attention window when we really could be bringing people in. So by leveraging AI to assist us in building that like bridge to actually connect at the human time we want them to, that's been really, I found effective and really, really helpful.
Yeah, that could be a game changer for a lot of people out there. Well, Haley,
I think
it's
so.
been so great having you on the show. If someone listening today wants to connect, learn more about your services, or, maybe they need help with their marketing, how should they reach you?
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. Excited to connect with you again and all of you listening in. You can find my website at behome.marketing, so instead of .com, .marketing. And you can also find me on Instagram and Facebook if you want, just under my name, Haley, Haley Dreis. I post a lot of content about how you can reach motivated sellers and stay ahead of the curve with your marketing. Would love to help you out if you need.
Well, this has been great, Haley. Thanks so much for sharing all your expertise today.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
thanks,
you got the
Erica.
gears turning with marketing today.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. And thanks so much for your great questions, Erica. Happy to be here.
And for our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pros podcast. We've got more conversations coming up with operators like Haley who are out there building fantastic businesses. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.